Ooh. Yes. Ooh. Ooh, that's ready. That's ready. That's like ready. I'm learning. Kinda, sorta, not really. Oh. Do I look like a turnip? Southwest Airlines. Okay, let's do this. Biggest piece of advice for beginners. Just like don't give up, because every time you go snowboarding for the first time, like the balance is so weird. Oh my gosh, there was this girl in Mammoth. She was slowly like turning into the drop. She didn't know how to turn. Like she fell and was like hanging off of the edge, and I like had to drag her out and like help her, and I was like, girl, like just loosen up. Like I feel like everyone's so tense when they first start because they're nervous, so just like relax. Like falling doesn't hurt too bad. What would you do during your 5.5-hour drive from your home to Mammoth as a kid? I would sleep, because we'd leave at like 2 in the morning or midnight. We'd get there when the mountain opened, which was like 8:30, and then I could ride for a full 2 days. Just dope. How did you convince your parents it was worth the drive? Also, you're literally such a queen. I love you. Aw, thanks, Grace. I actually didn't need to convince my parents for the drive. They saw how passionate I was and like how much, also I like tried to draw an eyebrow on my hand, so like that's that. What did it mean for you to win a gold medal in Korea as a Korean? Like it was just crazy how my first Olympics was in Korea. It meant so much. It was like the craziest experience ever. Everything just lined up perfectly. How does that ever happen, right? It was an amazing time, and kind of being able to represent both countries was such an honor. I think a lot of people don't see the sacrifices you have to make as an athlete. Can you share what some of those are? There were a lot of like sacrifices I've had to make. Like I didn't have a normal life. It was always snowboarding, snowboarding, snowboarding. Like I started homeschooling when I was 13, and everyone's like, oh, like whatever, like you got to go snowboard. But honestly, I kind of wish I got to go to school, and like I kind of wish I got to socialize more, because I was super like awkward when I was that age. I think that's why I really want to go to college, so I can start stepping in that direction a little more and like meeting new people. I think that'll be good for me. How did you get into kiteboarding instead of park? Good question. So I actually used to do both till I was like 15, 16, but I always kind of hurt myself a little more on slope. I still do both, but I just don't compete in both. I still, you know, like when I'm not competing, I like to go in the park and have some fun in there. Which was more exciting for you, your first X Games invitation or the Olympics? I think both were very exciting. The whole Olympic thing was really cool, for sure, because it was something I like dreamt about doing since I was a very young girl. But X Games was also super exciting. I always thought it was just, you know, one of the big contests every year, and it's always such an honor to get invited to those things. And I think like for the Olympics, it was more nerve-wracking because I had so much on my shoulders at that point. Like I felt like I had so many people expecting me to do well, so it was really nerve-wracking. But when I first got invited to X Games, I like just started doing well in contests, so I was like, all right, cool, like this is another big challenge for me, like let's see how I do it. What was the scariest trick that you learned? Front 12, I didn't know like what to expect. Where did you get another squeaky? Drop it. Hey, no squeakies right now, Bumpa. Gonna hurt your neck, girl. Go take a nap. Take a nap. Okay, back to business. Can you do a flat 360? Yes, I can. In pipe and park. Where is the neck warmer that you're wearing from? It's Burton. Did you have any anxiety or nerves during the Olympics? If so, how did you work through them? I love you so much. You're so amazing. Keep being awesome. You guys are so nice to me. It was weird because I wasn't really nervous. As much as it would have been great to do well, I also didn't want to like stress myself out too much to do well, and it was kind of like, this is my first experience. I think all I was trying to do was just keep myself as comfortable as possible, and luckily like everyone on the team, like we're all really good friends, so it was great to just have everyone by my side. Do you still go to Mountain High Resort? No, I have not been in so long. I kind of want to go back. Kind of fun. I like it there. Are you going to compete in Winter Olympics 2022? Yes, that is the plan for now. That is the plan. period. Ben Baller asked, you ever eat kimbap while snowboarding? Like while actually doing a 720 in the air, pulling kimbap out of your pocket and boom. You know, I haven't, but thanks for the idea. Get back to you on that. Ew, do you hear that? I'm broke. Wait, come here. Come here. You like the mischief? Sheep. Excuse me. Do you ever get cold snowboarding? Yes, I get really cold snowboarding. I always try to like layer up, right? How do you deal with all the bruises? I'd cry all day. Honestly, I don't even notice when I get bruised from falling until like when I'm off the hill and I like bump the same spot and it hurts and I look and it's like a fat like purple bruise. I'm like, oh nice. Mostly on the elbows. Call that swellbow. Why choose Burton over other brands? And someone else responded to that and said like dollar signs. Not true. A lot of the brands I work with have just been like family at this point, so we have like an actual personal connection. I also love their stuff, so how great is that? How many competitions, state, national, regional, etc., did it take you to get to the Olympics? This is how it works. We have 4 or 5 qualification events, and then they take like the top 2 results and that determines the team. So if you win 2 contests, 2 of the qualification events, then you're automatically in. It doesn't really matter like how well you did the season before. Like if you won everything the season before but didn't do well during the Olympic qualifiers, then you're not gonna be on the team. If you were a jelly bean, what flavor would you be? Fruity Tooty. I'm obsessed with those. I could eat them all day. Why do you have the coolest name? Aw, thank you. I actually used to hate my name when I was younger because everyone would call me Chloe and that really made me upset. I like begged my mom to take the H out of my name so it would just be Chloe. Now I like it. A little bit of flavor, you know? What's your favorite animal? This one. Hi. Thought you loved me. Can you like add some like sad music right there? Thank you. Oh. Are you planning to learn double soon? I already know them. I just like didn't really have the opportunity to do them this year, which is whack. You're not scary, you know that, right? How do I pick a stance? I think this is what people normally do is like, you just stand and then you have your friend push you and whatever way you end up facing like naturally after they push you, then like that's your stance. I don't know how accurate that is, but it sounds pretty fair, right? But like they're not supposed to push you really hard or else you're just gonna fall on your face, which would suck. I sounded like a sheep. Tips for riders new to competing. It kind of depends because people deal with stress differently. So like just go compete and like see how you feel and then like try not to feel that way, maybe. I'm really bad at giving advice. I don't know why you guys are coming for me with life advice right now because I ain't got that. What do you eat before a competition? Whatever I want. I think before the Olympics, I had like a burger and fries. No, that's not true. I had like a cold like breakfast turkey sandwich. It was nasty. I didn't even finish it and I was hungry the whole time. That sucked. But then after I like tweeted about food, I went to the bottom after that run and like people had food for me. So that was pretty cool. Like I love social media because people bring me food sometimes. How old were you when you first rode halfpipe? 6 years old, maybe? What's your favorite resort in Colorado? Aspen. I love Aspen. My thing is like the mountains are great, but if the town's like boring, then that just sucks. Because we've been in those places before where it's like we ride and then there's nothing to do after riding. You have like the rest of the day to just do nothing. So if the place has a good town, then I'm down with it, you know? If there was an alternative universe where you're doing a summer sport instead, which summer Olympic sport would it be and why do you think? I mean, now that skating's gonna be in the Olympics, I guess skating or ping pong. Cause I'd be like, yo, I'm really good at ping pong. And everyone would be like, no way, no way, no way. And then I'd go, like, destroy them in ping pong. Like, that's cool. I like that. Rocker or camber, or different depending on which event. I think everyone that like competes is on a camber snowboard. Rocker boards are really fun in powder, so there's that. But if you want to get in the park or like ride pipe, then I would go camber for sure. How do you choose a good board, especially when you ride all type of terrain? Also never hit the park but would like to. Any suggestions? I mean, yeah, you could get on a camber board. I'm on the Talent Scout, the Burton Talent Scout, and I love it. I think I started riding that board since I was like 13, so 12, 13, so I think that's like a good place to start because you can pretty much ride everything with that board. Easiest trick to do for a beginner, a 180. Flat ground, 0 miles an hour. How did you How did you motivate yourself to keep going as a kid? The fun part for me was because I didn't go to like a big school. When I did go to school, I went to like a really small Christian school, so it was fun like hanging out with my friends, like my snowboard friends that like had the same passions as me. For me, it was just fun to like go to the mountains and meet, you know, hang out with my friends that like love snowboarding like I did. How do you pick out the correct size snowboard for yourself? This is a question commonly asked and would be great for those that are starting out. I mean, it depends on the person. Like I like my board to go up to like my lip, kind of like right here, like the Cupid's bow. I think that's a good size for me, but I feel like when you're first starting out, any size board is gonna feel super weird. I know Burton does a lot of like demos, and the Burton staff are like super knowledgeable on all of that stuff, so keep in touch with those guys and see when and where their next demo is. I go there a lot too. I'm always like, yo, like I know I do this, but I'm like confused. And they'll be like, all right, got you. So, do you think it is possible to learn how to snowboard at an older age, like in your teen years, or does one need to start at a very young age? I think anything's possible. You don't have to be like 4 years old like I was to become a snowboarder. My dad started when he was 45 and he's really good at riding now, and he can keep up with me when we're going down. So yeah, I think if you want to try it out, then definitely try it out. Nowadays, like all the tech has been so much better too, so I feel like it's made it a lot easier to learn. What has been your favorite competition you have ever competed in? Honestly, I would say Dew Tour this year. It was just really fun to mix it up because we always kind of ride the same stuff. So it was nice to like have different features in the pipe and have more fun on the course. That kind of hurt, wow. Ow, might have just gotten a concussion, it's fine though. Reese. She like pushes her body into the ground, so it's hard to like, come on. Oh! Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I was able to answer some of your snowboarding questions. Honestly though, when you're first starting out, it's pretty tough. Like, it's not hard, but it's just like weird to learn how to snowboard and like balance that way. So just remember to not give up. And for those of you who want to go pro, just, you know, practice makes perfect. So just keep practicing and try to be on snow as much as you possibly can. And I bet you we'll see you at X Games one year, or the Olympics. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe this video. I think me and Reese's are gonna take a nap now, maybe. And we'll see you next week. Bye!